How to crochet in the round. For this stitch, you'll need a crochet hook and a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Knit Out of the Box for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their machine washable merino lamb's wool in the color Plum. Now normally when I teach these crochet technique videos, I do the different steps involved with the actual technique, but when we're crocheting in the round, there's just a couple of principles that you'll want to follow that will relate to all different types of patterns that are done in the round. So I'm going to cover 3 different things that you'll want to keep in mind when you're doing a pattern in the round. So first is our beginning loop. Here I've done a chain of 4, and I'm going to do a slip stitch to draw that chain together. And I do the slip stitch in the last chain of our foundation, and that will create this little ring. And this is how we start a project in the round. Now most of the time your pattern will actually tell you how many stitches you need to make for your ring, but when you have done that, we'll then start the next thing I want to talk about, which is how to start a new row. And we'll do this by doing a series of chains. In this case we'll be doing a double crochet, so we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to start double crocheting into the loop in the round. Okay, so here's our ring in the center, and I'm going to go right into the center of the loop. Okay, we're not going to go into any of the chain stitches around the edge. And as a general rule, you'll want to do 2 to 3 times as many stitches as you have in your chain loop. So here we've got 4, and so I'd want to do between 8 and 12 actual double crochets or single crochets or triple crochets or whatever it is that you're doing into the center. Now the bigger that your stitch is, like a double or triple crochet, then the more stitches you'll want to do around the edge. And the reason for that is the top of your stitch is going to need more room to cover the circumference. So these double crochets are further away from the center, so you need more of them to get all the way around. If we were just doing single crochets, we could probably get away with doing 8. So here I'm going to do 10 with the double crochet. Another thing that I'm doing as I go in the round is I'm working in my tail into the edge. So here's my tail, it's actually being worked into the stitch as I go around. And I basically just keep the tail along the loop, or our ring, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm crocheting over the ring and the tail of the yarn as I go. Oops, I started another one on accident. Let's finish up this double crochet first. Here we go. So there's one more thing that you want to keep in mind when you are crocheting in the round, and that's how we finish our round. So we've got here 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 stitches. I'm actually just going to do 12 to make it easy. So that's 11. And 12. Okay, so to finish this in the round, we're going to do a slip stitch in the top of our beginning chain. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We'll go into the chain and just do a slip stitch. The top of that third chain. So that completes a round. So we started with the ring, and all of your crochet patterns in the round should start with a ring of some sort. We chained up to get the height that we need for the round, and this chain is going to count as a stitch on its own. So we count that when we're counting our stitches around. And then we did a slip stitch in the last stitch to close up the round. And then we would start a new round by chaining up again. Like so. And then we can repeat the process all the way around. So that's how we crochet in the round. Want more New Stitch a Day? Check out our website at newstitchaday.com.